This video is brought to you by Unique.
But what you need to know about the GT2 Pro is that it's the first a 65-watt charger, USB strap bits here, before their flagship.
Did you know that Apple had to develop a special font for the Apple Watch, one that is more readable with square letters called San Francisco? As it turned out, the standard Helvetica font wasn't good enough to make the viewing experience on the Series 1 burdenless. Little did we know at the time that we'll soon be able to not only glance at the time on the Apple Watch, but get this, compose and type actual text as well. So I spent the last few days playing with the latest and greatest Apple Watch 7, which at first seemed like a giant leap for the model despite not resembling the leaks that we were expecting one bit. As someone who's been using the Series 4 for over 3 years now, the Series 7 was definitely on my radar as a device that is distinctly function over form. But as time went by, I began to realize that the Apple Watch 7 is more like an Apple Watch 6S, and my desire for upgrade started to slowly fade away. Just to give you an idea, both the Series 6 and 7 of the Apple Watch have an always-on Retina OLED LTPO display with up to 1000 nits max brightness. Both have swim-proof water resistance for up to 50 meters. Both come with a 64-bit dual-core processor, W3 wireless chip and U1 ultra-wideband chip. The blood oxygen sensor is the same too, so are the rest of the sensors. As it turns out, if we look at a distance and at a glance at Apple's own website, almost half of the marketing materials are about the larger screen and bigger, softer, rounder glass. And I'm not surprised one bit, because almost everything else is, if not the same, close enough to the Series 6. In reality, you might know that the Series 3 is still being sold by Apple, but did you know that the larger variant of the Series 3, being 42mm, is actually almost the same as the smaller variant of the Series 7, which comes at 41mm? So here's my question. Is this bigger screen novelty a big enough reason to make me want to upgrade from my trusty Series 4 to specifically the Series 7? Your sub to the channel won't help me answer that, but it will be dreamy. Hey Siri, play something I like. Hey, what's up? So I'm just gonna start off from the fact that the Apple Watch 7 has roughly 20% jump in screen size compared to the last generation Series 6 and 50% increase if you look at the still on the market Series 3. It does sound impressive and you might think it makes a huge difference, right? Right? Only if you come from the Series 3 or older, if those still work these days. This new Apple Watch would have been way easier to recommend had we had the rumored squared off design. But hey, now it's time to look forward to the new Series 8. Either way, what Apple did here was to retain almost the same size as the previous generation of watches while providing a noticeably bigger screen. Size-wise, we talk only 1mm difference in physical dimensions compared to the Series 6. Really, the main reason I'm so excited about this watch is how in the keynote, Apple stressed out the new durability features of the Series 7 and the fact that this is the first IP6X certified dust-proof Apple Watch, aside from also being the standard 50 meters swim-proof, really pushing the durability envelope. Many might not care about that, but if you like to go to the beach, for example, these new improvements are pretty beastly. So is the crack-resistant front crystal. The glass is now harder to shatter too, being over 50% thicker than the Series 6. All that being said, that's been it. I need some fresh air. What's up guys, Iskan here on ThisIsE TV, and the Apple Watch Series 7 has the most improved Apple Watch battery yet, with a 5 mAh more battery capacity compared to the Apple Watch Series 6, which is less than 2% increase. Now, you guys know me compared to my depreciated Series 4 with merely 292 mAh battery capacity. This Series 7 offers so much more, and I see a significant boost in battery life, making the Apple Watch almost a 2-day watch. What you'll be really impressed with here is actually the improved faster charging on this latest model, which Apple claims is 33% faster. 45 minutes will be enough to top up the watch from dead to 80%. Unboxing the watch, the first thing that you'll notice, or you might not notice, is that the faster charging is only possible with the newly included USB-C charging puck, which is so slick. The new watch will still charge normally with the previous charging solutions, but at the standard rate of speed. But you guys know your boy is more of a faster charging person, so I do love the new puck. This might not be a feature that many people might care about, but if you're someone who likes to wear the Apple Watch 24/7 like your boy here, the windows to charge it are usually brief while taking a shower or doing something else. For those of us, the increase in charge speed is noticeable and really appreciated. 8 minutes of charging on the new charger provides 8 hours of sleep tracking, which is what Apple claims. Unfortunately, I can't really test that because I can't sleep more than 6 hours. If you enjoyed this video, do smash that like button for me, and if you haven't already, maybe consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. This is E on ThisIsE TV, and until next time. Good people, with the Apple Watch Series 7, I was really hoping to witness a more tactile and mechanical goodness when it comes to typing and swiping experience on this little device, but ho, not one bit. Let's discuss the intricacies of typing on the Apple Watch Series 7 right after this. The new Rivix bands by Unique are the perfect blend between traditional sports band and a good-looking metal one, coming in a variety of colors that complement the new watch colors perfectly. These Unique bands are unique because they are reversible, which makes each band even more versatile. As an orange sommelier myself, I couldn't hide my joy once I set up the dual-tone orange and gray combo. Comfort-wise, the Rivix bands are like wearing nothing, and besides looking awesome casually, it's ideal for working out too. Could this be the ultimate band? To complement it, Unique also released new slim protective cases called Legion. Matching the new watch colors, of course, they come with highly sensitive curved glass that not only protects the Apple Watch, but also adds a bit of style to it as well. It is easy to snap on, allowing full access to all Apple Watch features. Be sure to check out the first link in the description below to grab your Unique band and Apple Watch case. Looking at the larger screen of the Apple Watch 7, which, my gosh, is absolutely incredible, the UI stands out in many cases. The passcode, the icons, navigation, photos, overall everything seems to be that much more usable and enjoyable. I'm happy to report the 2 new exclusive watch faces, which are fantastic, definitely something that Apple would do, with the contour face being the ultimate flex, of course. Which brings us to the full QWERTY keyboard, which, you know what they say, it's not like others, but it's QWERTY. This new addition, which for no reason is exclusive only on the Series 7, is definitely controversial and perhaps the most useful new feature to pay attention to. When I say controversial, I don't mean the news about Apple banning a company that had developed an Apple Watch keyboard app in the past, but the fact that the integrated keyboard sounds terrible and has no tactile feedback at all. Listen to this. Yuck. Although it might look impossible to type on at first, this is in fact a swipe keyboard which puts any other smartwatch to shame, all thanks to the amazing recognition algorithm. Overall, extremely useful despite lacking good stabilizers or looped switches, but the romance ends when you decide to make a correction to something that you've written a minute ago. Going back to what I wrote earlier is what shatters the magical moment, reminding me that this is actually not a smartphone screen and maybe pushing me back to rely more on voice recognition and quick responses rather than just swiping. I need some coffee. I need some coffee. Oh, nice. What's up everybody, it's Georgiev here and welcome back to yet another video, the one that we're gonna be talking about the Apple Watch Series 7 and my honest opinion about it. And you might be thinking, who cares about your honest opinion about the Apple Watch Series 7? And you also might be thinking, wait a minute, aren't you a mechanical watch type of guy? Alright, I'm gonna rip the band-aid off and say that if you're rocking an older version like the Series 4 or something prior to that, then maybe it's worth upgrading. Not maybe, it's worth upgrading, but if it's like the Apple Watch Series 5 or 6, I don't really see a reason to go for the Series 7. I really dig the Apple Watch Series 7, but I don't really care about the display being brighter when not in use because I'm one of those people who prefer to have the display off all the time unless I'm directly looking at it because I don't want anybody else to see my steps or my rings, especially my rings because there's those people that have like 1,500 or 2,000 calories a day and 10,000 steps and I'm not one of them. And let's not forget that it saves battery, which matters. Alright guys, that's it. Subscribe to the channel and smash that like button and I will not see you next time because this is not even my channel. That's not even my Apple Watch. That's my Apple Watch. And look, I'm not wearing any jeans. I'm wearing pants, right? These are pants, right? They're not jeans. And I have to close the lid, but I don't have a lid, so I'll just like... Tremendous respect and admiration for the biggest and baddest tech creators out there. Did you recognize some of them in this video? Probably not, because they're all unicorns and can never be imitated nor their work replicated. This video was a tribute to the tech gurus out there who have been a huge inspiration to many of us, including me. It's been an absolute pleasure. This is E, over and out.